So, I wanted to make this short video to answer the question that I keep getting. I've gotten this question since Warbound Frontiers was released. Over and over again, I'm sure a lot of players get this question. Is the game pay to win? So, it's a little more complicated than a yes or no. So I actually put it in ChatGPT because I was like, man, what really makes a game pay to win? And this was ChatGPT's answer to that question. So, pay to win, P2W stands for pay to win. It's a term used for games where spending real money gives you gameplay advantages over other players, not just cosmetics. And right off the top of my head, I'm like, okay, this game definitely has a little bit of that. Examples of what makes a game pay to win: buying stronger weapons, armor, or characters with real money. Okay, this game has some of that. Paying for boosts that make you progress way faster than non-paying players. So in this game, that'd probably be like premium in the battle pass. Unlocking powerful items or upgrades that can't realistically be earned through normal play in a reasonable time. I don't think this game really has that unless you count daily deals, like grinding credits to just spin daily deals over and over again, with no guarantee of getting anything. So, this game has elements of pay to win, but it's a little bit more gray than it is black and white for a couple different reasons. Not every new weapon and robot is the most powerful, or I'd call like S tier powerful, but more often than not, the newer things are going to perform better. So we've seen this now with when like the Cyclops came out. It was like the meta for a while. The Scorpion torso is still meta. The Locust weapons were meta. Now they've been kind of nerfed down. The Anansi torso isn't meta, but the Anansi legs. And I'll actually pull up a tier list. So this was an example of, I think it was Slotted Lace on Discord made this tier list. And I feel like I more or less agree with it, where he is, S, A, B, C, D tier list. If you look at the S tier torsos, Scorpion, which is now a free-to-play torso, but when it first came out, it wasn't. Because it was put behind the battle pass. Series torso, which is still pretty much unavailable to free-to-play players unless you've gotten lucky and got it from daily deals. Purifier free-to-play, Ares free-to-play. Then A list is Fury, Raven, Fenrir, Bulwark, Tyr, Ravana, Varangian and Griffin. Those are all free-to-play. So it's kind of weird. There are some pay-to-win elements in this game, but even if you don't spend $1, it sounds like you can compete, or it feels like you can compete with players who spend as much money as humanly possible, which is a good thing. I'll also bring up, he also had a tier list for weapons, and I feel like this is also an example of that. So on S tier, he has Punishers, free-to-play, Gemini, free-to-play, Halo, free-to-play, Horde, not free-to-play, Sticky Guns, free-to-play. And then Bisector, Pulsar, Scatter, Nucleon, etc. So it's kind of a mixed bag. But the one thing is, there are some things that are kind of blatantly microtransactions for pay to win. So pilots, for example, would be the best example of this. These are premium pilots, and I got the ID Demofrost for credits when they had like that special offer. But other than that, all these are the premium Warp Wheel currency, and they undoubtedly give you an advantage over players who don't have these premium pilots. So that would be an example of a pay-to-win element. But where's the Horde? Like right now, the Spider Robots and the Horde are examples of, I would say, like pay-to-win mechanics. Even the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass, like it's kind of a pay-to-win mechanic, right? You have to pay to get the premium Battle Pass, and they raised the price of it recently. And remember, the series robot came out in July, and now just we're getting it on the Battle Pass. But the good news is, I feel like if this is pay to win and this is a free-to-play player, the gap isn't that big. You can probably get like 95% of what you could paying with real money, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's not a good thing, but it's still close enough where it's fine. But if that gap grows, then it could cause some issues. So that's kind of my stance right now on whether the game is pay to win. You can progress and pretty much be very elite hanger-wise, spending zero money. But maybe in the future we can also see that gap close, which would be nice. So that's my take. If someone says, is the game pay to win? I'd go, there are some pay to win elements, but you really don't need to spend money to be good or have a good hanger. But yeah, that's it. No gameplay today.